candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Kennedy Pella, joins us live here in Abuja. So thanks so much, Mr. Pella, for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Are you ready?
Very. Very.
You look a bit brightened up. I've seen a few videos of you. You look a bit more ruffled by the race and the campaign, or you look a bit relaxed. As the result of, or does the result of the presidential election brought to bear any lesson at all?
Yes. I'm brighter because I had one good night of sleep yesterday when I came in. But definitely, we went into that election believing that INEC was going to live up to its billing, that they were going to give us free and fair elections. They did it partway, and then they abandoned it, not uploading the results. The lesson we've learned from that is not to take things for granted. As per the elections itself, not to take things for granted. We're going to ensure that this time we ensure that in the governorship elections, we follow through to ensure that our results count as they should.
Did the result in Delta State, your party won there, isn't it?
We did win the presidential.
Was it a fair election?
It was fair. It was fair. But we believe that the results would have been higher. There was still a lot of manipulation. And that happened even more with the National Assembly elections. There are seats that we won, that the results were manipulated. So take the Delta North Senatorial District, okay? That result, because of the manipulations that happened, they declared, the PDP the winner of that seat. That also happened in Warri South, and the Warri Federal Constituency, happened in Ndokwa Federal Constituency and the Ika Federal Constituency. So those are seats that we won. We won fair and square.
You won, but INEC, that was not the when you say you won in the sense that you think that you won.
No, not just we think that we won. The results from the units show that we won. But the results were manipulated at collation.
So the outcome, what was declared, is different from the result that you think you have.
Yes.
So you can't say you won it.
Well,
the reason why I'm saying, you can only win when it's officially declared. You may have a figure that is different from the official figures, which can contest in court anyways. Or petition INEC on those results. But, officially, you did not win those results. But
to that extent, yes.
Yeah. So, but when you say, on one hand, that it was fair, on the other hand, you think that the results were manipulated, who are the people that manipulated it? Okay. Where were your agents?
Good question. Now, again, one of the lessons we learned from this last election, the agency issue was a major concern, a major area of concern for us in the Labour Party. So in some cases, we had weak agents, especially at coalition, okay? But one of the biggest problems is that, typically the elections at the grassroots, so the presidential was not as contested as the National Assembly elections. And so you then had those situations where, so take a place like Warri, the Warri Federal Constituency. All right, every effort was made to manipulate that situation. They ensured we didn't vote on Saturday so that the mass number of people that came out, their results wouldn't count. All right, and then they came out on Sunday to vote, reducing the number of people. And there was just the process of manipulation, the release of results. There was a ward that was cancelled. We had agreed would be cancelled. We won that ward, but because we were winning overall, we had agreed that result would be cancelled. By the time they were eventually releasing results, there were results from that ward. So those are the kinds of things that happened. All right, we resisted it. We resisted some of those things, but at the end of the day,
so you've learned your lessons.
We've learned.
Could you also be the attribution or the feeling that people had that you did not have structure? Did that also, was that an issue also because you said you had weak agents? Could that be a factor?
Yeah, to that extent, yes. The people were the structure. Now, a lot of our people did not have the kind of experience that was required. Okay, so I would agree with that. But this election showed that the people are the ones that have the power. All right? Now, we're going to make sure that in the next election, this doesn't happen again, because we're strengthening the positions in those areas that are weak, and we'll make sure that doesn't happen again.
What confidence does the last